Hey gamers, it's been a while. Some of you may know why I was gone, others of you may not, so I'm just going to start out this Q&A with a little explanation on why I haven't posted in such a long time. So the most recent video up on my channel is called I'm Having an Existential Crisis, which kind of brushes over some of the grievances I've had, but I didn't really explain it all too well. Basically, it all started out when I spent $250 starting an LLC under the Withering Crown name, but then I regretted my choice. At first I thought I wanted to start a company and then have all my games and videos be under a company, but I don't actually want to do that. I just want to be me, Dakota. On top of that, I just really wasn't enjoying the game that I was making at the time. That was the recreation of Sorcerer Shootout. I felt like the game just wasn't living up to what people liked about the original and what I liked about the original, and I just didn't have the ability to make the game how I wanted to make it. So I took a break to think on what I wanted to make and what I wanted to do in the future. I ended up deciding to stop work on the Sorcerer Shootout game and make something different. Also during my break, I saw a video by Mrs. and some Twitter posts by Stuff Wombat. These two developers were creating full commercial games in just 1 month. I thought it was amazing, I loved the idea, and I had always worked my best with doing game jams when I had a deadline to make a smaller game, so I decided to try it out myself. I started out with this simple mechanic of grabbing an enemy's bullet and then throwing it back at them, and with this idea I created a game called Novice, and I was really proud of it. While I was working on it, I made a video called I'm Having an Existential Crisis, which was basically me explaining very badly how I didn't know what I wanted to be and how I wanted to do more than just game dev, especially on this channel. I kind of brushed over how I wanted to do more than just game dev videos. I wanted to do art videos, gaming videos, just really anything I wanted to do. But when April was nearing its end, I accidentally deleted all of Novice's game files, and I did not back them up. I learned a lesson the hard way, and I was devastated for a little while, and then went on hiatus again. But this time, my motivation didn't come back for a while. Not for videos, not for game dev, art, or anything really. I was hating everything that I was trying to make. But now, I'm jumping back on, and I'm slowly starting to regain my motivation and my ability to create, which is pretty nice. But, yeah, with all that out of the way, let's just get into what you actually came to this video for. First question here comes from ZinZ, who asks, what chair and desk are you using?
Here it is, nothing fancy or anything, just got like an L-shaped desk here. This is my chair. It's two different colors, as you may notice. It's because basically I originally had it red, but the top part of it broke, and then I got a new chair which was yellow, and the bottom part of it broke. So basically my dad just kind of stitched the two together, and this is my chair now.
The next question comes from Matthew Lamb, who asks, how simplistic or complicated should pixel art be for games? And I think this is actually a fantastic question. I don't really have an answer though. Personally, I like working in a more simplistic style with a rigid colored palette because it's easiest for me to get to look good, but many other artists make amazing, super detailed pixel art, so it's really just a matter of preference. Related, Begremlin Gaming asks, how did you get good at pixel art? Well, getting good at anything takes time and study. Basically, just use reference and keep at it. Just like non-pixel art, you need to use reference of other art, pixel art, or real life to improve. And honestly, you don't even have to be good at art to make appealing sprites. All you need is consistency. For example, let's look at my game Novice. None of these sprites are necessarily good on their own, but altogether it makes something cohesive and nice to look at. JMan36 wants to know if I'm going to host another game jam. I'd like to, but the last one didn't turn out so well. I didn't really know what I was doing, so I might try to learn a little more and try to host one in the future. The next question comes from Squishy Squire 67 Milk, and they ask, will you be putting your games on Steam? The answer is yes. Novus was originally supposed to be on Steam, but we all know how that went. Um, However, I do want to put games on Steam in the future, definitely, for sure, 100%. Jack L asks, have you ever collaborated with any other game developers? Yes, I have, actually. I've made a game for a game jam a while ago with Fartfish. Look in the eye thing, there's a video on that. I've done interviews with Conradicals Games, Plug World, and Christopher Smith, which are all amazing game developers. And I've also done a 4 devs jam off the same art kit with Mzz, which I had loved watching those videos and thought it would be cool to be a part of it. But I'm not very happy with the game that I made for it. I made it during the time I was still very unmotivated, and the game really shows it. The game I made for that, it honestly kind of embarrasses me. And I kind of want to like apologize to all the game devs involved in that jam. But Super Gamers Games asks if I was going to join the second 8x8 game jam. For those who don't know, the 8x8 game jam was the jam where I created my most popular game, Sorcerer Shootout, and I was originally planning on entering, but some stuff came up and I wasn't able to, unfortunately. Broken Trap wants to know my favorite number, food, and friend. I don't really think I have any one of these. I don't really know anyone with a favorite number. I like all kinds of foods. I guess my favorite would probably include chicken? I don't know. John Thiessen asks if I eat my bananas with or without the shell. I don't eat bananas. I don't really like them on their own, but I do like banana flavored stuff like banana pudding and banana bread. Fellow indie game YouTuber Reese wants to know if I have a dream game that I'd want to develop. It's a really good question, but honestly, I don't really have a dream game that I'd want to develop by myself. But I had always wanted to work on either of my favorite games, Terraria or Minecraft. But Terraria just had its last update, and Minecraft is based in Sweden, so I don't think I'll ever get to work for either of those. But yeah, I guess my dream game would probably be an endless sandbox sort of game. Super Gaming Geek wants to know my future plans for game development. Right now, I'm not really sure if I want to go into the art side of things or the programming side of the things. I might just split down the middle and focus on technical art, but I'm not sure. I don't plan on remaking Novus the game, but I do plan on reusing Novus the AI because I love that character. But right now, I think I just want to focus on honing my skills by making smaller, fun, experimental games and not really try to make anything commercial for a while. Tori, my girlfriend, asked 2 questions. The first one is, are you single? And the second one is, what is the favorite video that I've ever made? I'm really not sure what my favorite video is. There's not really any one that stands out to me above every other one. I guess probably my Sorcerer Shootout devlog, I think, is probably my favorite one. I like the editing in that one and everything. So I guess that one would probably be my favorite. Even though I did stutter quite a few times and left in some clips that I wasn't supposed to. But yeah. And the last question comes from Lucas11, who asks, what will you post on YouTube in the future? This is a great question. I'm planning on posting really whatever I feel like. I'm 100% going to make more devlog videos on the smaller games that I create, and I'm definitely considering a new Minecraft hardcore series now that 1.16 is out. Possibly a co-op Terraria series with some friends. Maybe some videos with some other game dev YouTubers. Who knows? But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do the good YouTube stuff. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.